applied myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running. Toes they gonna take a
This is what we got to tell.
I've been sad doing this.
I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm ready to win. Yeah. Refuse.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. I am your host today, Davey Dallas. I got my guy J-Mo with me today. What's going on, J-Mo?
Man, feeling good, man. Shout out to the 305 Miami. You know how we do. Check the details, man. Check the details. Stop playing. We here.
Okay. Represent Miami. I represent a different Miami team. You know, two different Miami teams, but we ain't here to talk about them. We all about the Dolphins today.
Let's get it.
I feel like today's going to be a great show. We get to hear from the only Dolphins fan that I've ever met, but the only Dolphins fan in the chat right now. But he rep his team. He let you know, Tubby Tua, that's his guy. That's what he called him. So,
Yes,
I mean, we got to talk about, how was their offseason this year, what they expect from Tua and Tyreek and them guys and what they're going to do this year. So, we got it. We're going to get right into it. But before I get started, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the network. We are right now streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. It's called X now, but, I still see it as Twitter. So if you are watching right now, make sure you like this. If you're on Facebook, like it, share it. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, share, and click the link in the bio to become a member. Because I'm gonna explain later when you become a member, you get some exclusive things. After that, you want to make sure that you like it, retweet it on Twitter, so that way more people can watch it. We got some people commenting already. My guy, Joe. Yep, that background is tough. Not gonna lie, definitely is. My guy Jerry. Shout out to Jerry. First superstar member in the group. So. Let's go. Let's get it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get into these IG chats. We have some IG chats to where we give pretty much all the exclusive, all the recent news. As we see, the Dolphins have actually been trying to make some moves, and there's awesome some more moves this offseason. I'm pretty sure James is going to talk about that, so we're not going to talk about that at this moment. But we know what I'm talking about. So. And these IG chats that we have, IG, Instagram, of course. So these are only on Instagram at the moment. We may move it to another platform soon, but right now these chats are only on Instagram. So make sure that you pay attention to what I'm saying, because you could benefit from this. So we have the NBA mixing with the WNBA chat. The Las Vegas Aces actually just broke the record for the most wins in a WNBA season by one team. So shout out to the Aces. I wish I could say that about the Washington Mystics right now, but it's right. It's not our year right now, so it's cool. It's cool. There's some things happening in the NBA as well. I saw another Damian Lillard interview that happened. So yeah, I feel the same way, J-Mo. I feel the same exact way. Like just stop with it already, please. And then we got the NFL chat. You see, we got an NFL interviews today. We got J-Mo on right now, but we have two other guys coming on later. So make sure you tune in. I'm gonna make sure I ask all the right questions so I can, get the most out of them and see, exactly what they're thinking right now. And then we have and shout out to Coach because he does FFC fantasy football with Combs. So make sure you tune in with that. He had a mini movie. I want to say like an Avatar movie yesterday, but make sure you tune into that because he was definitely spitting out some knowledge. Um, I'm telling you, man, he Coach. One thing about Coach, he got a lot of passion. So it makes you tune into it a lot more.
For sure.
Then we got baseball. Shout out to BWT Baseball with Teddy. Everything through baseball goes through there. If you are a baseball fan, a casual fan, or you just want to learn more about the sport, tune into BWT, and you're gonna learn some stuff. Because I'm a baseball fan, but I learned even more just by being in that baseball chat. So make sure you tune in with that. And then shout out to Carl, CTC, Carl Talking College. We were just talking about this in the studio in the back. I don't know anyone that knows as much college as Carl does. He knows the ins and outs. He knows what's going on here. He listens to radio. Trust me, he know what he's talking about. So if you get on there and you see what he got, he actually predicted Alabama to win the chip this year. So do you agree with that? I don't know. It's not far fetched. They did just win it 3 years ago. That was 3 years ago, but hey, I mean, still, it happened. And Georgia seems to be, messing some things up. They just had somebody that just got injured for the rest of the season. So who knows what's going to happen with Georgia? And then a new episode tomorrow, of course, with CTC will happen tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for that. BWT was fired today. So those two shows that actually happened today. So, man, these shows actually are doing well. And then, college football is around the corner. We still got a little bit of time for college basketball. So it's just college football right now. And then we got the boxing, UFC, and WWE chat. That's the combat chat. Pretty much talk about any and everything. I know there's been some talks in there about top 10. Is Mike Tyson in the top 5 or top 10? I just know that he was a knockout artist when he fought. So in his prime, that was probably the one heavyweight a lot of people didn't want to see. So that's just how it was. Now, I'm going to get into how you actually can be in these IG chats. So I actually have someone that's in the IG chats on the show. So JMO, let them know why it's worth it to become a member.
Yo, the chats be lit, man. You know what I mean? We were just in the NBA chat talking a little something before we came in here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, the chats be lit, man. Like if if you have a team or a player or an opinion, you know what I'm saying, that isn't getting talked about on mainstream media, or like if you have a point of view that nobody else has come forward yet, this is a platform that allows you to speak your truth. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to judge you. As long as you got your facts straight, as long as you can back up what you say. And people really don't care what you say, as long as you can back it up. Like Javon said, Paolo Banchero next year will be a top 10 player. And I'm not gonna lie, I still think it's a little crazy. But some of the evidence he put forward, you wouldn't be shocked if it happened. You know what I'm saying? So like it's not too far fetched. So as long as you come with some facts, supporting arguments, you can get your point across. It's not all business and serious. There's some jokes there. We like to have fun as well. Met a lot of these guys that I didn't even know from a can of paint. And yeah, we like one big family now, man. We creating a community, we creating a network, and it's fun. Shout out to my guy Jerry. I met him too. I ain't even know Jerry. Now me and Jerry like this. Come on, man. Shout out to the chats.
That's Jerry. Jerry's like he was, but he was like the rookie of the year for real. When he came in, we was like, okay, Jerry, we see what you got.
They talking about Wimby. What about Jerry?
Facts. That's the real rookie of the year right there. But yeah, man, and to get in these chats, you pretty much just, like I said, click that link in the bio. We got 3 levels. We got Pro, All-Star, and Superstar. Pro level is your basic. You get loyalty badges. You can get into one IG chat. And you get access to certain gifts and comments that you can do while we're doing the show live. All-Star, you get into all the chats. $4.99. By the way, it's for the All-Star. $2.99 for Pro. So All-Star is $4.99. Pretty much you get access to all the chats. You can talk about one of the segments that we have, Dave's Doghouse, National Average Top 5, and You Done Son. You can request to, be, to talk about one of those segments or a topic on the show. So that's the access you have, along with everything else that the pro level has. With Also with members only videos, so you get access to that. We have another one that may be coming up soon. So if you are a member, All Star and Superstar, you might want to watch out for that. So we got some things brewing up. And then Superstar, pretty much you get access to every single thing. You also get access into the VIP Refuse to Lose chat, where we only let those that have been on the show or those that are Superstar members to actually be in that chat. And with that, you have an invite to be on the show. So it's not mandatory now that you have to be on the show, but you have that invite there. That way you can actually come in and speak more of your knowledge. And like I said, everything else that comes with all the other chats. But the Refuse to Lose, being a superstar, is definitely is big. And shout out to all the superstar members that we have. Shout out to Jerry, Donnell, myself, Joe, Tomo, Teddy, Cardo, and Coach Coombs, and you. When you become a superstar member as well. So now with all of that, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with these questions. So, like I said, we actually have a Dolphins fan coming in today. So, J-Mo, representing the 305, my 305 brother.
Yes, sir.
What would you give your off-season grade for the Miami Dolphins?
Okay, so I was leaning towards like a B plus, but I'm gonna go with a solid A. I'll go to A minus. Let me put it that way. I'll go to A minus. One, disregard all the moves that we made. Let's just start with the fact that we have a full off season together. Let's just start with that. We traded for Bradley Chubb in the middle of the season. So he has a full off season with us. It was a lot of games last year, man, but we had a lot of pre-snap penalties. I really don't know the stats on where we ranked as far as pre-snap penalties, but I know we had a lot. I remember watching our games, and so many times they blew the whistle before we even snapped the ball, and that just tells me that the team is unfamiliar with each other. Like, it's a new team, new coaches, new players. So I felt like, with a full off season and a full season together, like that camaraderie and the rapport on the team will get even stronger. So that's another thing. Also, Mike McDaniel is a few times where he's made mistakes as a coach, took full accountability, and I feel like he's learned from that. So I'm gonna just start with those as far as the off season. Next, I'll go with the draft. We drafted okay, I guess. Based on the spots we were in. I know we got a cornerback. What's his name? Cam Smith. He should be playing in the slot a lot. He might get more time since Jalen Ramsey is out, but I think that was a solid pickup. I know we got a tight end, Elijah Higgins. I believe he ran like a 4.5 40. So it seems like we're trying to keep the identity of a speedy, fast team on offense. Mm-hmm. So I like those pickups. And Jalen Ramsey pickup in free agency is probably the biggest, splash we made in the offseason. Mm-hmm. And not only just picking him up, he wanted to come here. So that says a lot for a guy of his caliber, to go to a team that he wanted to go to. And the fact that he's got Xavier Howard on the other side, another physical, number one corner who's has the ability to defend number one receivers. So, I think that just Ramsey, just knowing that, this team has a chance because he's won before. So he knows what it takes. So I just felt like, him coming over here, he knew that we had a chance. So he was going to play like we had a chance. Not saying that he wouldn't play hard regardless, but, when you have a chance, you play harder. I feel like. So Jalen Ramsey pickup and Vic Fangio. I can't say enough about Vic Fangio. He's been coaching like over 20 seasons. He's been top 10 in points allowed 10 times. I think he was first once. He was like maybe second 4 or 5 times. I think the last time he coached was 2021, and the his team was ranked second in points allowed. So I think having him come over with Jalen Ramsey addition, my man number 15, Jaden Phillips. Um, I think it's Chris Wilkins. I can't remember his first name, but Wilkins number 98, I mean 94, the defensive lineman.
Hmm.
Uh, Bradley Chubb. I just feel like with the weapons that we have on defense now, bringing him in, we're gonna be very scary on both sides of the ball. So I give our offseason overall an A minus.
Yeah, yeah, I can't say I disagree. The Jalen Ramsey was a great pickup. Along with that defense that you already had last year, you just didn't have. I guess you didn't have the scheme that was necessary for all the defensive people that you have there. Um, Now having Vic Fangio come over there, who's one of the best defensive coaches that have ever coached in this game. I know that personally because he coached the 49ers, but he also coached the Denver Broncos, and the Denver Broncos defense was nasty when he was there. And he actually, from what I remember, he was supposed to be the guy to help the Eagles in the Super Bowl last year, but we all know how that went. So
Hmm.
um, but like I said, he wasn't the coordinator. He was just there to help out to try to answer some questions to I guess whatever it is that they needed. Um, but I did see a comment that deal with something that's currently still going on in the offseason right now, with a certain running back in Indianapolis who has been granted wishes to actually be able to get traded. And it seems like the Dolphins are the one team that's making the most offers right now. Nothing has been accepted right now, but um, do you think y'all get JT? And if you do, how much does that help your team?
Um, well, you know, Christian Wilkins, yeah. So thank you, Carl. I knew you'd know. So like picking up a running back obviously doesn't mean what it used to mean, but he's not just a running back. I mean, he's arguably the best running back in the league. So I think picking him up, no question, will make our team better because well, we already have an identity of Tua dropping back, getting rid of the ball. That's another thing I forgot to mention with the offseason. My boy Tubby Tua, my man put the weight on.
I
So
was
when he
waiting on
get
you to. I
so
was
when
waiting on
he
you to bring
get
that up.
tackled, man, when he get tackled, he's good. Shout out to Ryan Clark. Keep my QB's name out your
With your
mouth.
mouth.
All right, Ryan Clark. I ain't gonna tell you again before I have to pivot that way. You get what I'm saying? So look, all I'm saying is, uh, uh, the Jonathan Taylor pickup, I think no question will help our team. Like I said, we already have a identity of dropping back and getting rid of the football, but you add the fact that if we do hand it off, he's gonna get 5 yards a carry because that's about what he averages. He's gonna get about 5 yards a carry if we do hand the ball off, and we're already getting almost 20 yards per catch. So I think that no question will help our team. I just don't know like exactly how what happened because him being so good, he's used to getting a certain amount of touches. I don't know if he's gonna get that amount of touches coming over here in Miami. Unless we go up 30 off the break and start handing the ball. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm not gonna root against us getting them. So, I hope we get them. But if we don't, I think Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr. are good enough, to get it done. As long as we stay healthy.
Yeah, it's a scheme they already know. It's the same scheme they had when they were in San Francisco because Coach Mike McDaniels, who's one of the best, I believe, is one of the best offensive coaches in the offensive minded coaches in the league. He's been doing this thing. He brought that fast paced offense to to Miami, and it seems to fit well. That's what Miami is usually known for. So hey, use it to its advantage. So now that you mentioned Tua, your guy, of course, I gotta ask, what are your expectations from Tua this season? Do you see? Of course, we want to make sure that Tua is healthy. Like you say, he put on what 20 pounds of muscle this off season, and from what I've seen in the preseason games, he's learned how to fall. He making sure that he don't, make sure he don't get any more concussions. So he out there doing what he's supposed to do. What are your expectations of Tua this season?
All right, my first expectation is for him to finish the season. That's my first expectation. No funny. He has to play. every game because man, last year we started off great, man. We had our first three games when we started off 3-0. First
Mhm.
game was against the Patriots. On paper, everybody's probably not surprised we won that game. Then we played the Ravens in a shootout, a certified shootout where we were down 21 points. A certified shootout. Came all the way back and won the game. Then the third game, we played the Bills. They had the ball like 75% of the game. They
Mm.
time possession crushed us. But when we got the ball, we made the plays we had to make to win the game. So that we were able to win three different types of games. People say, "Oh, they can't score 50." Oh, we put up 42 and beat the Ravens. Oh, if they don't got the ball a lot, they can't win because Tyreek Hill can't get the ball. We only had the ball a little bit, got it done against the Bills, a team that was so-called favored to be one of the Super Bowl winners. Then, like we were showing that we were capable of winning any type of game. So I feel like we come into the season with the same mindset with our new additions. My boy Tua still accurate than a mug. Shout out to Cheetah for saying he more accurate than Mahomes. I might believe it now. I don't know. Tua is still putting that thing on the money. I don't know if you've seen this clip, Dave, but they got a clip on YouTube where they switched the camera and made Tua look like a right-handed quarterback. Bro, he looked like the GOAT throwing right-handed. He looked like the GOAT. It looked so crazy, but yeah, man. Um, I expect Tua to finish the season. And just like last year, if he stays healthy, he's in MVP talks. He was second behind Mahomes before he got hurt. He might have, hey, I ain't gonna say that, but look, he was second behind Mahomes before he got hurt. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying this as no crazy Dolphins fan. I'm just telling you, I'm just telling you what happened when we was playing. Like the he was there. The numbers are there. Yards per attempt. You know what I mean? Completion percentage. It's all there. And we got the weapons for him to get it done. So I expect Tua to finish the season and be in the MVP conversation. I'm not gonna say that he got to win MVP because first, before winning MVP, you got to play enough games to win MVP. So I need him to stay healthy, stay on the field. You know, see my man put them pounds on. Shout out to Tubby Tua, man. Hey, look, the one, not the Tua.
Tubby Tua. Hey, I'm expecting to see a good season from him this year, a good healthy one as well. So we'll see. We'll see if everything goes right. Hopefully he can get a playoff win and maybe go even further than that. Let's see what happens this year. Where everyone knows the situation that happened last year. But now, with that, going into the very last question I have to ask you, um, what is your win loss record this year, and how far do you guys go?
Um, you got to forgive me, man. I'm looking at the schedule now. I'm not even. I seen our schedule early, like a few weeks ago, and we
Mhm.
got a pretty nice schedule. As far as the opponents we playing, man. So I know we owe the Chargers. We owe the Chargers. Mike McDaniel already said, no, I effed up. So we owe the Chargers. But I'm 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 looking at 13 wins. I say about 13 wins. Because the Jets made some moves. I know we still gotta see them on the field, but on paper, you can't deny that team if you ask me. Uh but yeah, I got us winning the division. Whatever that record says, I got us winning the division. Um, I would say, hey Carl, until week 16, hold that L, big guy. Hold that L. You know what I'm saying? Lamar Jackson, hold that L.
That's week
So
16. Who knows what the teams are going to be at that time? The Dolphins could
so
probably afford an L at that time. So who knows?
so yeah, I'm gonna go like I'll say around 13 wins. If Tua stay healthy, man, yeah, I don't see us losing. What is it? 13 and how many games is it? 17.
17
So that's
games.
13-4.
Hmm.
Yeah, I say we get about 13 wins. I don't see us losing more than 6 games.
Okay, so
No,
ceiling is 13-4, but the floor
yeah,
is 11-6.
I'll go 7 games. Let me change that. My bad, Dave. I'll go 7 games just to make it more realistic. Yeah, 7
10.
games. Yeah, about 10-7 is the floor because we got a tough division, So if it's some close games against them good teams, it can go either way. But you know, me knowing what my team is capable of, and mind you, I'm not scared of the Bills. You saw what happened in a playoff game with Skylar Thompson.
Mm,
Nobody's scared of the Bills. So I'm looking at that. And another thing, and I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. Another thing about the offseason pickups, man. Mike White was a great pickup as a backup QB. Let me just say that. Mike White was a great pickup. So, last year when Tua went out, we had Bridgewater, then he got hurt. You know what I mean? So it was like a wild goose chase for a quarterback position. Mike White is one of the top backup QBs in the league. So he will be able to do, what Cooper Rush did for Dak Prescott.
mm. Well, it's crazy that you just mentioned Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott. The Cowboys just added another quarterback on their team. I know this is a Dolphin segment, but the Cowboys just traded for Trey Lance. So Trey Lance is now a Dallas Cowboy.
Whew.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
this ain't my segment, so I'm not gonna talk about that. I just had to bring up that news, So that also lets you know that you get fresh news here first. I literally just told you what happened right before it just broke on ESPN just now. So there you go. Yep, I know, Tomo. I know. But now, I appreciate you, JMO, for coming on today to talk about your Dolphins. I'm gonna let you get some last words before you get off here. So, last words.
Last words, man. Shout out to Refuse to Lose. I appreciate you for having me, man, as always. It's always a pleasure, for the MVP, to come drop some knowledge on the show. Shout out the whole Refuse to Lose family, man. And check the details. Stop playing, man. Stop playing. Tubby Tua.
My 305 brother, appreciate you, my guy. You enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for coming on today.
The one, not the Tua.
You heard what he
Let's
said.
get it.
The one, not the two. Now, I actually have someone else to bring up now who's actually in the same division. It's crazy. We just talked to a Dolphins fan, and now we're about to talk to a Buffalo Bills fan. Break the tables. That's what they do, right? So now let's see what's going on. What's going on, Devin? How you doing today, my guy?
What's up, champ? Hey, y'all got to excuse me. It's hair day in my household, so I got to get my hair done. I had to take it out, champ.
It's all good, my guy. I saw what you got in the studio. You making yourself make sure you look presentable. You good?
Y'all in the chat. Y'all in the chat. Get the jokes out. Do whatever you got to do. I'm okay with it, but just know I can see what you putting. You might want to, calm down a little bit if you don't know about the boys.
Hey, look, they get you already. Wait.
Okay, listen. All right, y'all know what it is. I'm watching the show over and over, and I remember everybody who said something.
Wow, that's crazy.
You sound like Lionel Richie. Come on, man.
Yeah.
What's up, my boy?
What's going on, man? So we gotta get right into it now. We gotta talk about the Buffalo Bills.
Yes, sir.
What is your off grade for the Bills?
So the grade I give us, I'm not going to be one of them dramatic fans and be, go over the top. But I did like the pickups. And it's not even just all pickups. It's re-signings or pickups. But I liked what we did. So I'm gonna go with a B. I'm going to just be, normal. I'm going to go with a B because I like, first of all, the draft. I like we drafted Dalton Kincaid, the tight end out of Utah. Always can help Dalton out. I mean, it ain't like Dawson Knox not coming emerging. Guarantee he'll be a top 5 tight end this year. I don't know if I might could drop them in last year, but I'm guaranteeing this year top 5 tight end. So we picked up Dalton Kincaid, Cam Dantzler. Listen, I know he, people probably slept on him when he was in Minnesota. Listen, the man can defend. He lanky. He can get around. He fast, wiry, long arms. So that's a huge pickup in my eyes because we already got 2 safeties back there that's like that. So now we get somebody who can, cover it for us. So that's a good pickup. And the re-signing of Ed Oliver. Come on, man. Defensive line. Give me some work. I'm telling y'all, stop playing with us. We coming with a vengeance. The thing I don't like, everybody know. I don't know if everybody know, but I was a big Edmonds fan. The linebacker we had, great man. Listen, even him coming out of Virginia Tech, I already knew he was gonna be like that. So losing him, that's a big loss. I ain't gonna lie, it's a big loss because he can get side to sideline. Like I don't know, he one of the fastest linebackers in the league, and he tackles, but he fat. Like it's hard to find fast linebacker. Ask the Commanders. What about Jamie Davis? Just because you're fast don't mean you're gonna be good. So that's a big loss right there in my eyes, as far as Edmonds. But we still got Milano. You know, that's a seasoned veteran. So I'm gonna go with a solid B. Might could be a B plus, but I'm not about to try over the top it. And we got some players who going step up this year. I think James Cook gonna have a good season. Learning from his brother Dalvin. He was having a little breakout year last year. Not breakout year, but getting his feet wet. I seen some flashes from him. So and Naheem Hines, picking up some speed. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from my boys. The only thing, I know y'all been hearing the whispers about Stephon Diggs. I gotta see what's up with that. Been hearing the whispers. I'm not liking what I'm hearing. But if he stay, I don't see why he would want to leave. It's a great team. We on the cusp of being, we should go to the AFC Championship every year type team, or could make it there. So I don't know why you want to leave that, and unless he goes somewhere that's super nice, you with one of the better quarterbacks in the league. But that's the only thing about the off season right now I'm not liking, is hearing about Stephon Diggs.
Okay. Kind of figure that's where he's gonna get into, because now that goes right into my question about your quarterback. Josh Allen. A lot of people say he may or may not be overhyped. Definitely had made some improvements from his first 2 seasons that he played in the NFL. Stephon Diggs was a big part in that. But now this season, after he lost in the playoff last year to the Bengals, he was in the AFC Championship game before that. So he had some things where he felt pretty good. So now with this season, what are your expectations for Josh Allen? And to kind of throw that in there, do you expect something good or great to happen knowing that he's on the Madden cover?
So I expect something great to happen, for one. 2, and I'm not a big believer in all that Madden curse and all that. I'm really not. But 2, like what Carl just said, man, I think Josh Allen gonna have a great year because of the weapons he got. 1, I think he's gonna lead the league in passing, because we a type of offense. Our running, I'm not trying to, I ain't trying to poo-poo our running game, but it ain't. Everybody know when a team is predicated straight to passing or running or balance. We not balanced. We look pass first, get some runs in later, because we don't have a back that's just, dynamic as some of these other teams that can do some things. Like Philly, they had some good backs back there. We don't have that. We got, they decent, but now just you're hearing this from me. But we might can get Jonathan Taylor, maybe. But we gonna see about that. we gonna see about that. But so I'm thinking, I think he's gonna lead the league in passing. It's a big thing right here, and y'all can take y'all over unders. And remember, I said this: 45 touchdowns or more this year from Josh Allen. 45 or more. So what I'm saying is the minimum 45 touchdowns. The minimum.
Minimum 45. So you're expecting an MVP season, pretty much.
For me, he always in the MVP race, and that's what you want. You want a QB or a player. It's really QBs, if you know how the NFL works. Quarterbacks normally win the MVP, but you want you want a QB who normally going to be in the MVP race almost every year. He haven't won it yet. It's always looking good. This is my man. 45 touchdowns or more. If Stephon Diggs know what's good for him, he's standing on this team, because my man about to break out. Dalton Kincaid, listen, that weapon right there with him and Dawson Knox, crazy. We might be running the 2 tight end set for him that New England was running. Aaron Hernandez and Gronk. I'm not calling them, but it's something like it.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going with. Either finishing in the top 2 of MVP or going to be the MVP of the league. 45 or more touchdowns and leading the league in passing yards, which that's doable, especially leading the league in passing yards. My man can air it out.
So is that combined touchdowns, 45 or 45 passing touchdowns?
I meant passing, but ooh, you made it a little more juicier. I don't. Hey, maybe can end the year with it. He good for at least 7 touchdowns out of rushing at least. You don't know. Finish the year with 52 touchdowns, 45 passing, and 7. I don't know. You can't tell me there ain't no MVP season.
Yeah, I can't. 45 touchdowns and 7 rushing.
You can't say it can't be done. What did Peyton do?
55 touchdown passes.
55, and then Tom had what? 50.
I think it was 56. I think 56, 57.
Yeah, so I'm kind of shortchanging my man a little bit. I'm not jumping up to the 50s, but it can be done. He got the arm for it.
It can be done, but we'll see. You know, this season is, you know, it's the tell all. I know Joe has said this multiple times. He believes that the Super Bowl champion is going to come from out of the chat that we have. So we'll see exactly what team it is that wins it all this year and what team gets there. And that goes into my last question that I have for you is what is your win-loss record and what are your expectations for your team this season?
See, my win-loss record is strange to me because my win-loss record can't be the same win-loss record as J-Mo. So the Dolphins can't possibly win in 13 games if we gonna win 13 games. I wasn't the best in math class, but that don't make sense. So what I'm saying is 13-4, no less than 12-5 this year. 17 games, 13-4, no less than 12-5. We got the team to do it. This is we one of them teams who every year they was, putting expectations on us like they do the Cowboys and they did with the Chargers. But the thing is, our teams was better. Like our team is better than those teams that they was doing that with. So I'm expecting AFC Championship at least. I'm not about to put us, I'm not going to say, if I had to pick a Super Bowl champion or team to go to the Super Bowl, of course I'm going to pick us, not because you picking your team. That's like Joe saying the Commanders going to the Super Bowl. He know they really not. We are really a good team who actually can make it to the Super Bowl. So, but I'm going to say AFC Championship is exactly, if we don't make the AFC Championship, it's a failure. So we definitely get to the AFC Championship and possibly can get to the Super Bowl. So that's my, expectation for my team. 13-4, an MVP, not even candidate. Yeah, MVP candidate who's leading the league and passing yards and touchdowns. Passing touchdowns.
Okay. That's some. Give me a bold prediction. I forgot to do that with J-Mo. J-Mo, I apologize, J-Mo. I forgot to ask you this. But give me a bold prediction from your team or, one of your players. And do you see, other than Josh Allen win MVP, that's what you say you see, is there anyone else on your team anything else you see your team accomplishing as far as awards?
Award-wise, see, Josh Allen lead, yeah. Stephon Diggs could lead the league in receiving. He already racking up yards. It can be done. So if Josh Allen lead the league in passing, Stephon Diggs definitely can be the one to get that leading the league in receiving. I think it's going to be between him and Justin Jefferson because Jamar Chase would have been one of my guys, but with I'm about to say Andy Dalton. With Joe Burrow might be out, it's always shaky with that. Mm-hmm. So that's the only reason I'm knocking down Jamar. But between Justin Jefferson and Stephon Diggs, I think Stephon could definitely lead the league in passing or receiving yards this year.
Okay.
All right, and then one more. I just want to talk about this. We might start the season off 3-0. I know we got the Jets, and like J-Mo said, on paper you gotta respect that team. He definitely do. And then I think Sauce Gardner, he a good cornerback. Josh Allen be struggling with him sometimes, but we can beat the Jets. We got the Raiders, who I think is going to be an easy win. And we got the Commanders. Week 3. Easy. They about to see why listen, I know they getting the hype train here. Easy win. We can easily be 3-0. You start off 3-0. You know how that can go. We just roll on from there. We got the NFC East this year. Our toughest competition to me in that division is the Giants. So, Hey, listen.
Oh,
Diamond said that
wow.
if Darren Waller and Daniel Jones can get it together, I don't know. That's
Wow.
listen.
I feel like I feel like you done pissed off some NFC East fans. I
That's
can't wait
fine.
to see. I
Listen,
can't wait to
that's
see how this is
fine.
going to be in the chat. But hey, appreciate you for coming on. My guy Devin. So I want to let you go ahead and get your last words.
So my last words is, for one, go Bills, Bills Mafia. But my last words is, I did want to ask you a question, but I don't know if you can answer it right now. Only thing I wanted to know is this yes? Are you mad? Are you upset or happy y'all got rid of Trey Lance?
I'm sick. I'm sick.
That's all I thought.
I'm not happy at all. I'm not
That's
happy at
all
all.
I thought. Okay, Brock Purdy. There
But
y'all.
but I still support my team, and I still want to see us do well. I just don't like how we treated the situation. That's pretty much
Yeah,
how.
that's how I feel.
So, but
All right, my boy.
appreciate
Bills
you
be
asking
out
me that.
now. All right,
Hey,
John.
we'll see what happens.
You know what's gonna happen. 45.
Okay.
All right, bro.
All right, bro. So, and there you go. You heard it here first from, and the comments have gone crazy. Yep, I know, Carl. He said the Giants over the Eagles, but that's his choice. That's exactly what he said. He said the Giants that's the team that he definitely wants. So now, last but certainly not least, my guy Trent, who's also a Duke fan like me, got to talk about that, and also a Red Sox fan. So we got two teams that we agree, but everything else is pretty much different. So, got to bring up my guy Trent. What's going on, Trent?
Dave, what's up, man? Thanks for having me. Speaking of the Red Sox, Mookie Betts is back in town tonight, and Alex Verdugo just hit a home run. So way to show him up. Way to show him the trade was worth it, young man.
Yep, let him know. Hey, let him know he should stayed in Boston.
Exactly.
Should have stayed in Boston. But it's all good. It's all good because we know what we got. So you see the gear. You see what he has on. He's here to represent the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They did win the Super Bowl a few seasons ago, of course, with Tom Brady. And right after that, they had a really good season right after that. But then, we all know what happened last season. The carousel that happened in Tampa Bay, and now they got Kyle Trask and Baker Mayfield as the quarterbacks for their teams this season. So, Trent, now I'm going to go ahead and get started and ask you, what do you give your off-season grade for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give the Buccaneers a B, and that is a B as in Baker Mayfield. Not as happy about the Baker Mayfield signing, but we'll get into that. Really excited about the offseason returns. Was able to bring Jamel Dean back, one of our better corners, was a hot name in the free agency market. And then really excited on what they did in the draft, bringing in defensive end Cansey from Pitt. I think he's going to fit right in right away. And then we have our second round pick on the offensive line, Cody Mauk from North Dakota State, who is also going to come in and make a start right away. So two starters coming in on both sides of the line right away. And then we're going to have a wide receiver 3 in Trey Palmer, who is going to get expanded playing time now that Russell Gage is injured. He was a national champion at LSU and set tons of records at Nebraska. So 3 rookies that are going to make great changes right away. And then bringing in the guys like Jamel Dean and Levante David, tying him up as a Buck. Excited that defense is still there for the core of it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Definitely it was a quarterback competition this offseason to see exactly who was going to be the quarterback this year. Some people thought it was going to be Kyle Trask. I know Jerry thought he did because you can see right here in the comment. He said he thought Kyle Trask. And for those that don't know, Jerry is a University of Florida fan, so he has maybe a smidge of bias in that. So, he thought that was going to happen. But we see that now Baker is the quarterback. He is the starting quarterback for week 1. If that happens all season, we don't know. So my question to you, Trent, is what are your expectations for Baker? Do you think he stays the quarterback all season?
Well, yeah, I think it's going to be Baker Mayfield until the wheels fall off, and that's pretty much the best answer I can give you at the moment. I think you look at the contract situation. You're not invested in Baker Mayfield for much longer than just outside of this year. It was a 1 year deal. So as much hype that was around Kyle Trask, clearly, the coaches say, well, he did a great job in camp, but at the end of the day, still didn't name him starter. So, is it the coaches protecting Kyle Trask and, protecting our GM? Was it a bad draft pick a couple years back with Brady still on the roster? Or can he truly play football, but we just need to give the, advantage to Baker because he's been around the block for a little longer? So our schedule in the first half of the season is pretty favorable. And depending on the success or non-success that Baker has in those first few games, I could see a change halfway through the season. Very like he has his whole career at this point, getting replaced when it's not working out. So he knows how important it is. It's a good opportunity, great opportunity for him to be a starting quarterback in the league again. Tampa does have a new offensive coordinator this year, Dave Canales. He came over from Seattle. So I am excited about what he can do with our offense. Last year, Byron Leftwich was not an answer that I loved for our offense. We had trouble moving the ball, even though it was Tom Brady. You alluded to it. It was a bad football team. So he had DK Metcalf. He had Tyler Lockett. Now he has Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. We have a good running back in Rashad White, a good backup running back we brought in Chase Edmonds, and then fast guys in the slots and Trey Palmer and Devin Tompkins. So it's going to be a new look offense. I think we're still going to play outside the numbers. Baker's going to have to make throws, but we're going to be really balanced. And it might be boring, but it's going to be quick in and outs and very fast offense, guys moving before pre-snaps and a lot of that West Coast offense we saw in Seattle.
Okay, yeah, that was definitely something that I look forward to seeing this season, to see exactly how you guys are going to play. Because we all know, this was probably the worst division in football last season. So, we pretty much knew that whoever came out of the division wasn't going to go far. It was unfortunate that, that it was the Tampa Bay Bucks. Well, fortunate for me because I could care less because Tom Brady was the quarterback. So I felt like it was good for him to go out like that. But you guys did make some moves this year that you said. Re-signed William Golson. I believe you already mentioned that. So I feel like that was a pretty good move. You recently just signed Richard LeConte, the safety. So you guys are doing whatever you can to see if you guys can win this division. So my next question is, with the offseason grade and with Baker, what do you expect from your division this year? Who do you think wins his division, and why?
Well, yeah, and I think that's a good point. Tampa was a bad team last year, won the division. So by default, everyone else last year was a bad team. Clearly, I think, when you look at the division, the Saints got better.
1 minute, Trent. 1 second, my guy. Shout out to Mark, who sent in the $1.99 super chat. My guy, he says, #Silence Mark 2023, #Mark Madness, #Hail to the Commanders. So, shout out to Mark. Appreciate you, my guy.
Shout out Mark. Jahan Dotson. Let's go. Big year for my Penn State man.
Yeah, let's get it.
But no, the division. So yeah, the division was bad. I think the Saints got better on paper, clearly bringing in Derek Carr. They're dealing with the Kamara suspension, but they brought in Williams. So I think on paper, the Saints are the best team. The Panthers can be there based on the play of obviously their rookie quarterback, Bryce Young. So, and then Atlanta, I think Ritter, he's just kind of unproven. So there's a lot of question marks. I think to answer your question, the Saints are going to win the division. But I'm really hoping forward a Tampa Bay Buccaneers team to make it interesting at least.
Okay. So my last question, well, I guess it's kind of two questions in one. Give me a bold prediction for this season. What do you expect from your team or just a player? And what would be your win-loss record?
Yeah, so I'll start with win-loss. I think the floor is probably 5 wins. The ceiling is 9, so I'm going to go with 7 and 10. And 9-8, I do agree with Jerry. I think if we do get to 9-8, that is a good chance to win the division again. I think 9-8, 10-7 could win the NFC South. 2 predictions, one more just comment, one prediction. The comment, I'm really hoping that Mike Evans can get his 1,000 yards for the 10th season in a row. If he gets 11, he'll be tied Jerry Rice's record. So although he won't be close to catching him in yards, I will still get his name up there with the greats because I think Mike has been severely underrated his entire career. So I think he belongs at least in a category with some of those names. And it's going to be interesting. Can he do that this year with Baker Mayfield and our new offense? He's had Jameis Winston and Tom Brady throwing to him. Jameis turned the ball over, but he still threw it 55 times a game. And I don't know if we're going to do that this season. So interesting for him. And then bold prediction, our first round draft pick, Kalaji Kancey, I mentioned on it earlier, defensive end. He's going to come in, start right away, have Shaq Barrett back behind him, and Vita Vea next to him. So that Buccaneers front seven is back in full force when healthy. If they stay healthy, I think we can be a great run defense. And I think Kalaji Kancey has a chance of winning Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay, that's not a name that I heard that I would think that will put out this. So that I would call that a bold prediction. Man, I've really got nothing else to ask you. You pretty much answered everything that you needed. Is actually I'm happy to see you back on the show. Glad to see you doing well. I remember you had your pay cap. People were trying to do some things with some feet on your
Yeah, man, it gets crazy out here, bro. It's crazy out here.
It is, man. But appreciate you. Before you go, I want you to get in some last words, man.
Yeah, man. Just good to see you, Dave. Sorry about the Trey Lance news. I wish it could have probably went a little different. But, I wish Tomo was here because now we can start asking, are they fed up with Dak, man? Who knows? Who knows?
I don't know. From what I seen in the comments, it seems like everybody's saying this might be Dak's last season. So who knows?
Man, who knows? But yeah, I wish it would have went down different. I was actually hoping John Lynch would maybe give the Bucs a discount on Trey Lance at some point down the road. But didn't quite work out like that. So, but good to see you, man. Shout out Refuse to Lose. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Tomo. Thank you, Dave. I'm excited for football. College starts tomorrow. Carl, shout out CTC, my man. He'll be up early. I know, looking at the lines, looking at the lineups and all that. I will too. So football's back, guys. Enjoy it. And thanks for having me.
Let's get it.
Take care, man.
Trust me, he's definitely interested in college football. He's a Penn State fan, so
absolutely
he's very interested. He's very interested. But thanks again, man, for coming on. Enjoy the rest of your day, and like I said, I appreciate you for coming on, my guy. It's always a pleasure.
For sure, man. Good seeing you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, now, with it just being, myself, that's the show for today. I hope I was able to bring you guys some very good content, ask some good questions that you guys might have thought yourself. Hey, we it's all clipped up now. As Kev would say, it's clipped up. We got it. It's there. You can't hide it anymore. It's out there in the world, all the world to see. So let's see what the Dolphins are going to do this year. Will Tua, bounce back, have a full healthy season where he play, like I said, will he play all year? And will he get a playoff? Will he be able to play in the playoffs this year? They did get a nice sign of Mike White, Jalen Ramsey, Big Vangio. So we got that to think about. And then, like I said, I mentioned it. He said he doesn't care too much about it. But Josh Allen, Madden cover. We know people on the Madden cover usually get injured or losing playoffs. They don't make it all the way. So will we see that curse get broken this year? We don't know. And will Diggs get moved or will he stay? Will either one of those teams get Jonathan Taylor? We don't know. But the Dolphins are doing their best to get that. So we will see. We will see. And last but not least, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We know this is the one team probably a lot of people don't necessarily hear about a lot, but here we talk about every team we get opportunity to talk about. So we're going to see what happens with the Bucs if Baker stays the quarterback all season long, or Kyle Trask may come in, or who knows, they may get someone else. We don't know. But those are two quarterbacks that everyone knows for sure that are on the team, and 1-2. What's going to happen with them? Will Mike Evans still have another season of over 1,000 yards? He's been consistent. He's done it every single year he's been in the NFL. So he did it with Jameis, who threw 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. He did it with Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time. So we'll see. We will see. All I know is appreciate you guys for coming on. Appreciate Mark for the super chat. Appreciate all the superstar members that we got. Like I said, me, myself, me, Joe, Tomo, Carl, Coach, Jerry, Donnell, all of those, Cardo, Teddy. Appreciate you guys, for being superstar members. Definitely, appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. Guys and ladies, wifey's always helping me out, so I appreciate your support, baby. But we will see exactly how these things go. I know next week we got some panels coming up. We got the AFC North panel, and we got the NFC East panel coming up next week. So make sure you tune into that. And then we have some shows that are dropping. We got CTC dropping tomorrow, so we're gonna see how that's gonna go. I believe FFC has a show coming up soon as well. BWT had a fire episode today. FFC had a great show yesterday. So shout out to Coach Coons for FFC. Shout out to Teddy with BWT, and shout out to Carl for CTC, Carl Talking College. So I think it's going to be all those shows were amazing, man. So as I end the show, I'm going to say, make sure you do whatever you can to join these IG chats. You just need to become a member. These IG chats are NBA with WNBA, NFL, baseball, and the AFC East as well. I apologize. We have an AFC East panel coming up as well, because we do have some. I think we just don't have a Jets fan, but we do have a Patriots fan, we have a Bills fan, and a Dolphins fan. So we'll see how that goes next week as well. And who knows? I may be back to host that one. Who knows? But I think it's going to be interesting to see. Shout out to Joe and Tomo. I know Tomo's really feeling really happy right now that they got Trey Lance. I'm not too excited about that, but I'll talk about that in the chat. I'm not going to talk about that right now. So just know it's not a good feeling right at the moment. But we will see how things go. Appreciate all the support. Like I said, become a pro member. Pro member is $2.99 a month. You basically get your normal membership. You get priority comments as well, live priority comments. You get loyalty badges. You get special comments with gifts. You got a lot of things that you got a few things, and you get into one of the IG chats. So if you just want to get in one, you got that one. For $49.99, you get into all of the chats, all the same perks that you get from that one, but you also get members only videos, and you can suggest a topic or one of the segments. Your Done Son, That's What Average Top 5, and Dave's Doghouse. So you can suggest that. And the Superstar, you pretty much get all the perks, no matter what it is, members only videos, comments, every single thing. All of it. And you get into the Refuse to Lose chat, which is the VIP chat. So you can get in there, and with that, you also have an opportunity to come on the show and spit the knowledge that you have. But make sure that you have knowledge, of course. Make sure you have the knowledge. And you do your study. You don't want to come on here and get embarrassed. So do whatever you need to do to prepare yourself for that. Other than that, my last words is thank you. I appreciate you guys, and I did my best to hold it down. Hopefully, I gave you some good content. I'm gonna see y'all in the chat because I ain't got nothing else to say except peace. See y'all later.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.